All right, you guys, today we are finally adding in some new fish for the 20-gallon low-budget saltwater reef tank. So if you're new to the channel or would like any background on this tank, it's been running for 3 years. This is my low-budget 20-gallon saltwater reef tank, and in the tank I only have this one clownfish named Clyde, and I also have a yellow watchman goby in here who's always hiding. But we're gonna add some new fish in here today, and I already got one acclimating up there. So we'll go ahead, we'll dive into what I'm adding into this tank, guys. So I just turned the lights off to help with the stress of the fish, but the first fish we're adding in here today is this beautiful firefish goby. Now I thought that this would be a good addition to the tank, and I knew he was already at my local fish store for over 2 weeks because they usually put the date on their new arrivals. So he was there for 2 weeks, he was eating well. I always ask those sort of questions before I buy saltwater fish because saltwater fish are usually more temperamental, and sometimes they can, not make it in your tank for, unknown reasons. But, as long as you make sure that the fish has been at the local fish store for a little while and eating, that just increases your chances. So I knew that this guy was at my local fish store for a while, and I thought that he'd be a great addition to the tank. Now we're also going to be adding another fish in after this guy, but I'm going to make sure this guy's in there and eating first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add the second fish. So I'm just acclimating him right now, and I'll cut to when I'm releasing him. All right, guys, so he has been drip acclimated, and I'm getting ready to put him in the tank now. Now I'm gonna try to scoop him in my net here because you don't want to get the fish store's water. Oh, I missed him. You don't want to get the fish store's water in your tank. This guy's going crazy because you never know what could be in their water. So it's always best to do this, but you try not to hurt the fish, of course. So I have a small net. And there we go, got him. So we finally got him. You guys can take a look. And he's in. All right, guys, it has been now a couple hours since the firefish has been entered into the tank. And he's doing pretty good in here, guys. He looks good. One thing I am noticing, though, is that the clownfish does get a little aggressive towards him when he comes near the clown's anemones, which is kind of a surprise because I haven't really noticed that behavior before with this clownfish when I had other fish in here, but I'll continue to monitor that. But he's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can get him to eat right now. He's only been in the tank for a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get him eating, so at least, I know he's in good shape. So I just fed the tank, as you guys can see by the little particles floating around in the water. And the good news is the firefish actually ate. So I was a little surprised. I know sometimes new fish won't eat right away, especially since it's only been a couple hours, but he did end up eating, so that is great. That's a great sign. So I'm gonna let him kind of relax in here for a couple more days, keep eating and kind of get more familiar with the tank. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in the second fish that I was gonna add. For me, it's gonna be a couple of days, but for you guys, it's only gonna be a couple of seconds. So I'll go ahead and I'll cut to getting the new fish. So guys, it is now a couple days later, and you guys can see the firefish is doing well. He's been eating, and now I have the new fish acclimating. I got a Da Vinci clownfish. So this guy looks a little different than the oscillators that I have in here. So I'm gonna let this guy, the new guy up here, drip acclimate for a little bit, and then I'm gonna put him in the tank, and we're gonna take a look at all the new stuff we got, guys. So I just put the new clownfish in, guys. You can see he's the smaller one there at the bottom. You can see his pattern is a little different than the normal oscillators clown on the top. Looks like so far they're friendly, and I'll give it a little bit of time, let the lights come on, and then we'll come back and see how everyone is doing. All right, guys, so it has now been a couple hours since I added in the new clownfish here, and everyone is actually getting along. When I first put in the firefish, my clownfish right here, Clyde, was kind of being a little nippy with them, but now, the clowns are pairing pretty well, or they're not pairing, I should say, but they're getting along well. They're not attacking each other, and the firefish is out looking good. And the only guy that's not out is the yellow watchman goby. I promise I have him. I'm gonna try to do a feeding in this video, and maybe he'll come out. But also shout out to Alex for leaving this comment right here. The whole reason why I added in the firefish a couple days before the clowns is because typically when you have a pair of clowns in here, and if they're hosting anemones, they can be kind of territorial. So I added in the firefish just so, you know, it wasn't new right when I put in this clownfish right here, the new clown, which we got a name, of course. But so yeah, it's always a good idea to try to add like your community peaceful fish before you add fish that could be territorial. But so far from what I've seen, everyone's getting along well. And I'm curious to see if the new clownfish here will host the anemone, because I know he has seen my current clownfish Clyde right here. He's seen him in these anemones, so I'll be curious to see if he picks up on the behavior and starts to host the anemones. That'll be interesting to see. So we'll just have to keep an eye out on that for the future. Also, I ended up kind of rescaping a little bit. I moved the Duncan up top. I think it looks way more happy and healthy, and the colors are just overall better with the Duncan up top on the rock. Typically, Duncans, from what I've seen, they don't extend their polyps super long. And even right here, they're extended a little bit, but when they were down at the bottom of this gravel here, or at the bottom of the sand here, the polyps were extended a ton, so it definitely likes the new position, I think. And I think overall it looks a lot better too. But let me know what you guys think of the new firefish and the new clownfish that I added. The tank definitely looks a little bit more filled out. There's a little bit more action going on. And I think next up, guys, I think we gotta go ahead and get some torch or a hammer coral, or maybe both, or maybe some zoas. I know it's definitely time to fill this tank out with some more corals. Now let me know if I should add any other livestock in this tank. I think 4 fish for a 20-gallon is pretty good. Excuse me. I don't know exactly what else I'd add besides maybe some invertebrates, maybe a shrimp or something. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But I think the firefish and the clown, and you know, the other clown and the yellow watchman will be a good pair all around. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna drop some food in here, guys, and we'll see if we can get them to eat for you, the new guys, that is. All right, got some pellets in my hand. You guys can see the clowns are already coming up. I turned the flow off. Let's see, here we go. Look at both the clowns eating right away. That's a good sign. Here, I'll try to hold it steady for you. Maybe the firefish will come out and get some. Food's dropping down. Let's see. I'm glad that, look at this clown, they're eating right away. So he's hungry. Oh, the firefish sees it and he's getting the food. So there we go, guys. Both of the new fish are eating. Let me back up a little bit here. But yeah, that's like the best sign, is that if you get new fish, if they're eating, if they look healthy, you know, that's a good sign. I know like saltwater fish can be temperamental when you first add them into the tank, but like I explained earlier, if they're at your local fish store for at least 2 weeks, and if you ask the guys at the local fish store if they're eating and, you know, the other fish in the tank look healthy, like there's no ick or anything going on, that's just going to increase your chances that the fish are going to be healthy and they're going to work out. So I'm glad that you guys can see these guys eat. And I'm glad that the clownfish aren't really attacking the firefish over the food. Now, the yellow watchman hasn't come out. I'm surprised. But if I can catch him on film, I will definitely show you guys. Oh, there he is, right out the back, right there. There we go, right on time. He always comes out for food. He just sits in his little cave, and then he sees me and he gets scared. But yeah, so there you guys go. There is the 4th fish. You know, typically doesn't come out much. Yep, see, he just hides under there. But you know, I'm glad everyone's getting along. Everything looks good. I definitely need to clean the glass and make the tank more aesthetically pleasing, but I'm super happy with the way this tank is turning out. And yeah, I need to make it more aesthetically pleasing, like I said, and add some more corals in here, guys. But let me know what you guys think so far of the fish selection. My favorite color is orange, so as you can see, we got a lot of orange in this tank as far as the fish. So I think that's looking good. And yeah, we'll have to go ahead and, like I said, get some hammer or torch corals, or some frog spawn. That's another one I'd like to get. And we'll keep an eye on how all the new guys are doing. Anyway, guys, that'll about do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed doubling my livestock. Hope you guys like the fishes that I chose. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm personally happy with them. Everyone's doing good. They all look happy and healthy, so I'm excited to track their growth and their progress. And I'm also excited for the future plans of this tank. And also in the future, guys, I would love to get a bigger saltwater tank where we have more livestock options. I know with the this nano tank here, you're kind of limited with what you can put in here, but you know, I think so far so good. And I'm excited to see what we get in the future. But if you guys are a returning viewer, you guys know I appreciate the support. And if you're new around here, I appreciate you spending some time with me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.